My good friends, welcome back to another very important and interesting video talking about silver's price taking off again. My name is Silver Slayer. I bring you silver-related videos every single day of the week, so make sure you subscribe and definitely click the bell so you immediately get notified anytime anything important comes out. And since silver is affected by everything that happens across the world, you're always going to get up to date with anything that happens around the world, geopolitically, economically, fundamentally, environmentally, everything. It's your one-stop shop. So make sure that you click subscribe and click the bell. And this video is no different. We're talking about silver taking off again. Silver broke above $25, a huge psychological resistance level that it broke above. Look at the 1 week chart. This is incredible. Silver was down to almost $22 area. And if you look at the 1 month chart, it was even worse. We saw silver down to 21. We were talking about potentially $19 silver not that long ago, less than a month ago. And now we're headed up towards 26. That is nuts. What's going on? You're about to find out. We have 2 articles we're going to be breaking down. The first one I already showed, silver takes off again. And the second one is silver bulls have the upper hand, remains on track to conquer $25. This article came out today, 11/28, November 28th. It came out today. You're always, like I said, daily updates around here. But it already did break above 25. So this article was right. It's on track to break above 25. Once it does that, it's going to go even higher because now news is spreading and people are starting to get their eyes on silver, and friends and family and that person that only invests into stocks and crypto saying, oh, silver's doing something. So we're going to jump into this. Make sure you like the video if you enjoy this video. Let's talk silver. FX Empire. Silver price forecast. Silver takes off again. Silver price forecast for 28th of November, 2023. This is a technical analysis. And by the way, I wanted to ask you guys a question. This video right here, this is from CNBC, but talking about how commodity markets are in a super cycle. Would you guys like for me to start reacting to videos more? Because I always cover articles, just articles that are typed out. But I feel like if I started breaking down videos and watching videos from these news sites and anyone who posts sources, or even some YouTube videos, if you guys want me to break those down and react to those, let me know if you guys would like that. You could even send me some YouTube videos of maybe someone saying something that goes against what I preach, or someone who says something that goes with me, or controversial content. If you want my opinion on stuff, let me know if you'd like that. I'm trying to always upgrade my content and make it more entertaining for you guys and educational. So here is the technical analysis. Silver has rallied rather significantly during the trading session on Monday as we continue the big move from Friday. As we broke above the $24 level, we have seen a lot of buyers jump into this market, perhaps in the FOMO trade. And this could go for $25, even more, right? We broke above 24, a lot of buyers. Break above 25, even more buyers. And that's the FOMO trade silver trends that silver tends to bring from time to time. After all, silver does tend to be extraordinarily volatile, and therefore you need to be cautious with your silver position size. And that's for more of the traders, the people that are going to capitalize on some quick gains. It's higher highs but lower lows. More risk, more reward. Short-term pullbacks at this point should be buying opportunities, especially with the obvious support level underneath. 50-day EMA is starting to cross back above the 200-day EMA. So we could start to see some longer-term traders look at this through the prism of having the Golden Cross kickoff. I think this short-term pullback will offer opportunities, and it's probably the best way to trade this market. This is, in my opinion, probably one of the last times we'll see $22, $23, $24 silver. There's definitely something happening right now that's pointing towards very bullish prices. And if you guys don't believe me, just watch the last 3 weeks of videos I've made every single day of someone else, an expert, an expert, from charts to geopolitical issues to fundamentals to everything, all saying that they are extremely bullish on silver. Extraordinarily. I've never seen so many different types of people in the investing world all say this. Usually there's one guy saying, it's bearish, it's looking like it's not. And the other guy saying the opposite, but everyone's on board. And 2024 is going to be a very interesting year for silver. 2024 election, 2 wars, there's a lot going on. And there's a lot of news going on as well. I can cover so many different things that are happening right now. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Invest in Gold, Silver, and Bitcoin Before It's Too Late. That came out today, right? I go through 30 plus articles a day, everything that has the word silver in it. And if it's interesting and important, I'm going to make a video about it for you guys. And by the way, I was a special guest on his podcast with over 3 million subscribers. If you guys want to see my episode, type in the number one asset everyone can afford. Just type that in. Or you can say Rich Dad podcast, number one asset. And you'll see me and him just talk about silver. It has like 800,000 views now, which was a beautiful way to introduce a lot of people into silver, because I came from a different angle that Robert Kiyosaki doesn't really touch on too much, which is I brought the macro perspective in. But regardless, it's a cool episode. I feel like I did a pretty good job representing silver, and I'm proud of myself. It was a big deal. So in general, they mentioned more up here. So good. I'm glad they go into the fundamentals. I thought they were just going to go into like the chart stuff. So they do mention some important stuff down here. So, however, you have to keep in mind that the markets will be very cautious when it comes to the momentum. And of course, silver has a lot of external effects in its markets. For example, interest rates in the United States have major negative correlation. And when I say major, that's not to be taken lightly. If interest rates start to climb, that could put a little bit of negativity in the market. On the other hand, if those rates continue to drive, that could also add more demand for silver in order to protect wealth. And beyond that, silver is also an industrial metal, so a lot of this will come down to perceived demand around the world. Best of both worlds. Gold solely relies on the interest rates, the micro. Silver is an industrial metal, so it could also come down to demand. And we know that demand is going to be rapidly rising over the next decade, so what does that tell us about the price? Rapidly rising. In general, this is a situation where I think you can see a lot of volatility, but you need to find value in order to get involved. I just thought of something while I was just reading that last sentence, by the way. A lot of people say silver can be risky, but they're talking more towards the day traders, the marginal traders on the SLV, PSLV. But we know that silver demand is going to be growing tenfold over the next decade. That is not a conspiracy or a myth. That is just a downright fact. Solar panel demand is up like 50% this year alone. And every automobile company by the year 2030 is going to be electric. We are going green, this new digital era, zero net emissions. Silver is going to be needed at astronomical rates, and there's already record-breaking supply deficits this year, and they're saying there's going to be an even bigger supply deficit next year that's going to break the record of all time, hundreds of millions of ounces. And if there is a direct correlation between silver's price and silver's demand, which there is, it's almost identical, then what does that tell us? Demand is going to be rising, so what does that tell us about the price? It's going to be rising. People that say it's risky are the ones that might be buying during a very volatile period that might end up selling at a point they shouldn't have. They're not talking about the core stackers that just buy it and hold it, like I definitely recommend. But anyways, let's move on. Keep in mind the markets are will be very cautious, and it has to be. It has to be, right? Think about this. There's a lot that affects the price of silver, pushing and pulling, right, left, upside down, front, center, sideways, even maybe in the middle, a little bit crooked, and that is because of speculation as well. FOMC meeting the week of, everyone is throwing out their conspiracies and starting to invest off of some YouTube video they read from some guy that's pulling crap out of his butt, and that can be very dangerous. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. In times of crisis and crazy things happening, you're going to see a lot of people that are going to invest off of emotion. They're going to invest off of very, very dangerous assumptions where usually it's no good. I always say invest with your head, not your heart. Usually you go with your gut feeling with other things, but with investing, you got to take all emotion out. So here's analysis. Silver bulls have the upper hand. This was written today as well. Conquer $25. Some highlights. Silver has been oscillating in the narrow range below a 3-month top touched by Monday. Technical setup favors bulls and supports prospects for additional near-term gains. Any meaningful dip could be seen as buying opportunities, likely to remain limited. So silver enters a bullish consolidation phase and oscillates in a narrow trading range, just around $24. I'm not going to go too much into that. So 3-month high, we had the 3-month high touched on Monday, and it's looking like things are stabilizing at these prices, and that's a very important thing to note. So subs constraint beyond $24 round seen as a fresh trigger for bullish traders. Oscillators in the daily chart holding comfortably in the positive territory, still far from being overbought. That's an important thing to note as well, because usually when things go straight up, it has to correct. That's overbought territory, and then it has to come back down a little bit. That's why a correction is actually correct, or a sell-off. It has to. You never want the price to just go straight up, because then the price isn't stabilizing, and then it will crash and go down lower than where it even started in the first place. So, trying to see if they mention anything else that, oh, wow, okay, so yeah, right here. The next relevant hurdle is the $25.25 region. Okay, we're almost there. And what is that? What does that mean? The year-to-date peak touched May, which, if cleared decisively, reaffirmed bullish bias. So the white metal might then accelerate positive momentum towards reclaiming the $26 level for the first time since April 2022. Okay, so that's very interesting. So we have to take note. If silver goes up a couple more pennies, which is crazy if you think about it like that, just a couple more pennies, we could even see 26. I mean, this is the 1-month chart. Look at this. Let's look at the 3-month chart. Look at this. It's way back up. We saw silver $20, almost $19. And that's another psychological level. If it would have broke below that, it would have been bad. Just like if you're at the store, they're going to mark something $19.99 instead of $20, because just seeing 19 looks so much more cheap, or so much cheaper than 20, even though it's a penny difference, $19.99 to 20. Same thing with silver. People say silver's in the teens now, it's dropping, they get scared, they sell, and negative press comes out. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys wanted to purchase some silver, I recommend going to Miles Franklin. All you gotta do is send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Yes, they have a website, but if you want to purchase, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. Ask for a price list. We have weekly gold, silver, and platinum deals every single week. On Monday, new deals come out. So you're always hooked up. And we got great prices, great customer service. And I promise it's like buying from your friend and compared to some random site online, because you know me. You know me. You know Andy Scheckman. And if anything were to happen, send me an email and I'll fix it. Or Andy will if I can't. So it's like buying from your friend. It's very important to know that type of stuff, especially handling something as valuable as precious metals. And so, what would the word be? I don't even know what word I could use to describe purchasing precious metals compared to something else on Amazon, like a bookshelf. There should be some anonymity to it, and when you don't know that person filling your order behind the screen, it can be a little scary. And I felt that way myself as well. But regardless, I love you guys. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you want silver videos every single day of the week. Every single day, I got you guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.